I was 10, my father was declared a bankrupt and was incarcerated in Marshalsea, the debtor's prison. His creditors determined that some member of our family had to earn wages. So I was taken away and placed in a damp, lightless factory where they manufactured fruit lightly. For 12 hours a day, I pasted labels on blacking jars. I was diligent in my work and tried not to hear the incessant scurrying of the floorboards, or I would close my eyes and pretend that I was safely home in bed and that it was just rain on the window. When the scurrying began running and squealing between my legs, even an imagination as resolute as mine could not make of them anything but what they were. Some days, the owner would set me in a large window, and people would stop to admire the little man at work. This would usually occur around midday when the streets were full. Later, the owner, a cousin of mine, would happily report that my performance was responsible for the immediate and large purchases made by the lunch hour crowds. To a boy whose world was bound by sunlight and a lazy blue river, this descent into meanness and filth seemed like the end of life. My companions were street urchins, who had little sympathy for a boy who knew how to read, and liked to. I was totally friendless. I spoke to no one, except at night, when I visited my father in his cell. I wanted him to know the misery of my existence. You are a most disagreeable child.
Yes.
Listen. I wrote that this morning. I'm a grown man, or as grown a man as any writer comes to be. But more and more, I find that I must answer to the whims of a little boy. He comes to me now and then during the day as I work. Listen, this is about you. Most of the time, he comes for me at night. And though I am a man, and he is only a boy, he compels me by some power to follow him. He guides me now to Bill Lincoln's restricted streets until I can smell the river. I know where he is leading me, and I stop as a large structure rears up out of the night. No, I say, I would follow you if I could, but I haven't the power. I turn and flee, back up the twisted lanes, up away from the river. I push my way through a noisy crowd, and see the faces of friends and relations long dead. I shout to them, but they have no consciousness of me. I'm carried along until I find myself in a mean little street in the Camden Town slum. Before me is a tumble-down pawn shop. Three grotesque creatures are bickering with the proprietor. I'm trying to reach the combination. Look, I found these last night rummaging about. Don't you recognize them?
No.
They're Christmas toys, you old goat. For all his fault, John Dickens knew how to choose a Christmas gift. Come see, they're yours too.
Despite our poverty, the spirit of Christmas filled our poor house like a living child.
I can't seem to come up with anything that pleases you. Can't we be in peace? It doesn't become a man's war with children.
They're trash.
What?
The toys.
No, they're not. Yes, they are of sorts. I simply want to make you a part of me again. Won't you come to me?
No.
What would you have me do?
Stand on your head.
I will not stand on my head.
Sing a Christmas song then.
Oh, very well. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come, ye know. This is ridiculous. It isn't enough that you haunt me, is it? And you simply must defy me as well. I know that I'm not always treating you right, Then I blamed you for falsehoods for my own. And I behaved bitterly towards you. I admit that too, but not anymore.
There's a man with the juice downstairs.
Yes, we're having a Christmas Eve party tonight.
He has another one.
I sure signed that Mark Lemon will be here. And that's one more reason why I wish you'd be more attentive. Goose is not inexpensive. Neither is clothing, nor paper, nor coal, nor quills. And I can't get any amount of work done with you laying so unproductively on every thought.
Do you suppose he has to work tonight?
Who?
The juice man.
Probably.
Must have an nasty boss making him work on Christmas Eve.
Don't play with that. The fact that I resorted to putting it all down on paper says something.
I wanted to take music lessons.
It would have been nice. Did you know about the girl I was in love with when I was 18?
No.
She was very pretty. And quite frivolous, too, as she was.
Who am I?
I don't know.
Yes.
The Queen's color guard.
No.
I give up.
The boy with the crutch.
Ah, well, you're much too clever for me.
From the factory. The boy with the crutch.
What boy with a crutch? I don't remember anyone like that.
That's because there wasn't any.
Ah, of course there wasn't. But what if there were? What if there were a boy with a crutch? Would he in fact be able to work? His family would have to be in a bad situation to even consider it. And what about his brothers and sisters? They'd have to work hard for some menial labor to bring home even 5 and 6 pence weekly. And the father, a laborer, or a clerk perhaps, with an old pitch fist of an employer opposed on principle to pay a living wage. What the devil? What if the employer had a partner? Merry Christmas indeed, Charles Dickens. Our Savior known to be celebrating his 1843rd birthday in such a fashion. He never returned and put an end to things long ago. It was you who confounded me, wasn't it? Yes, I've never seen any man run so. Never seen so large a man run so, you mean? Off you go, Helen, about your work. Work?
Uncle God told us to trim the room like a tree.
Good up proper, he'd say, or else you'll be. He's gone mad. Well, he certainly is excited. You excited him, Mark Lemon. I only told him to tell us a Christmas story. And everything Christmas Eve felt a thoroughly proper and reasonable request. Next thing I know, he's chasing me about the broomstick going up the stairs in the attic with you. You cut quite a path and quite a figure. You tumbled every base in the vicinity, I did. Yeah, the retreat to be up those stairs is hilarious. As funny as anything I've seen in your magazine for years. Though I think you inflicted great injury on that classified stairs. They were groaning in considerable pain when we came up. Christmas has driven the man mad. Most famous writer in all of England. Aren't we entitled to a story? Absolutely. He is at it. He's got something up his sleeve, the old magician. He'll murder you, man. Here he broke my legs over this trunk.
That's our theatrical trunk. Costume and so on. You've never seen our theatrical, have you before? Standing here painting scenery, you know, and act as well. We're splashing with fun. Dickens here shoots the plays and rehearses us day and night for a month. Then we take them out for charity. We've all of them, even the children. Sometimes they're the best of all of us. It's their imaginations, I think.
No, it's not. It's our talent.
That modest estimation proves she's a Dickens, even if only by marriage. Forster doesn't too, you know.
No, Forster. I can't imagine the man with social amenities of a porcupine. Anything in face and frisking across the stage. The man kills daisies with a stare. His hobby, you know.
We've raised hundreds for the children's hospital.
This truculent legend is the hospital.
You should see him work, though. His energy is extraordinary. Between driving us like slaves and taking the principal role himself, one would think he's possessed by demons.
I'm not you! God, he's chasing the women up too!
Oh, I know they're having diet, but we have to go to walk. We have our heads if we did. We insist we have time.
Bravo, lady. A remarkable feat.
I think it's quite an accomplishment to chase round the table and up 2 flights of stairs, carrying a full bowl of punch and not throwing a drop. What could we be thinking?
Something of Reggie's on quite confident.
He takes his slave business seriously now, doesn't he?
Yes, I think he's just your size, too.
Fortunately, my dear Frederick, and you'll be the first to point out, these days I can find very little that is my son.
Well, it's insane patience. I'm certain we can fortify ourselves with whatever you have in mind. How's the punch?
Look at this, my dear. A serenade.
Oh no, Danny, please not a serenade.
And why not? I'm quite handy with this bow.
I know several cats who would disagree. Danny played the violin beneath my window for a week before I agreed to marry him. I'd only under the strictest conditions that he'd give up music and swear fidelity to his ardent crush.
Nonsense. We agreed only that I'm not making your window. And I haven't. As for the alley cats, they obviously recognized in the strings of my instrument a long lost cousin, and were understandably shaken. Now then, ladies and gents, the Christmas child. Narrow-minded critics. I say, everything's gone dark. You should protect me. Not all the martial forces in Christendom shall prevent me from being heard. Now then, ladies and gents, the Christmas child.
Good heavens, what is their man up to now?
There, Uncle Corbett. Does it look like Christmas?
Marvelous. It looks like a tree. Child, which way is the east? Good God.
What have you done to the tree, Charles?
It insisted I bring some of it upstairs. Take a bow, Zed. I don't want to be left out. I've plenty more and won't miss a minute. Have it back to you by Christmas morning and I'll never know the difference.
I say, what is all this?
I've seen a vision. A miser's bag. I say, a boy with a crutch.
He wants the burning skin.
A man wrapped in chains. Stunning, brilliant idea. The one who's missing will be here directly. Won't he be in a temper? The night is folding itself around us. Come on. The moonlight rains. The fog slides in. It's freezing, thawing, sniveling. The pavement is greasy with the damp. Nothing can stand in the street, and nobody can quite fall. I say,
darling. Just for the sake of the story. You could have easily told it in the parlor.
No, don't be silly. I have it. You want to tell it here, where he writes to be inspired by the atmosphere.
Peace! After all, this is Christmas Eve. Surely you don't expect a man to work upon Christmas Eve. No, I've something else in mind. He's here! My man in chains! I want everyone to greet me with a hearty Merry Christmas, John! But first, be prepared for a blow. Back down the hatches. High! Submerge yourself, Uncle Porpoise! Hello? Dickon? Is anyone here? Merry Christmas, John. You lunatic! Explanation at once. Gentle Forster, meek and mild. Merry Christmas!
I don't see, James.
What you talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, my good, most understanding friend, Mr. John Forster. You know everyone here, Forster. Look, I don't believe you've met my niece Helen. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, John.
Yes. Now, will you explain why we're spending this auspicious night in such an uncomfortable, unorthodox, and odious little room? It's simple. Uncle Porpoise suggested that Dickens tell us Christmas dinner. Instead of having us sit around the fire, he turned us all upstairs. You asked Dickens, tell you the story. And you refuse? Well, don't just stand there, man. That's a doctor. He's understandably ill.
No. I'm as healthy as a good day itself. And I'd be as glad of a Christmas story as you'd be. But if there's a worse sin than working upon Christmas Eve, it's one man doing all the work while the rest sink back to Sailor's industry. No, if we're going to have a story, we're going to each take part in its telling. Why? All we need for a tale of Christmas is in this room. The costumes and properties of Dickens theatricals.
I say, this keeps it fun.
It will be glorious. Place yourself in my hands will bring forth the most marvelous Christmas spirit. Now, roll.
Just a moment, friend Dickens. We are going to tell a Christmas story.
We're going to perform a Christmas story. Yes, darling.
I think. And are there ghosts and such things in the story?
Most assuredly. What's a Christmas story without them?
And we, respectable adults, are going to glide about, pretending to be these objects, which are nothing more than mere figments of our professional imagination.
Yes, again, John.
Do I need flavor?
My whole plan rests on the assumption that you'll play a number of ghosts.
Good, otherwise I'm not. But as it stands, I'll do it, and I like the devil at all.
Bravo! Now, roll. Within the bounds, feel free to play whomever and whatever you like. I shan't be annoyed if you stretch or exchange assignments on occasion, so long as you act for the sake of the story. Use whatever you like in this room. Use the costume. Use the furniture. Use each other. Confer if you like. Bear in mind one thing only. Marley is dead. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. This must be distinctly understood or nothing wonderful will come of the story we are about to create. Marley is dead as a doornail. Scrooge knew he was dead? Of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners. For I don't know how many years. Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole assign, his sole register legacy, his sole friend, and his sole mourner. And even Scrooge was not so terribly cut up by the sad event. Being an excellent man of business, on the very day of the funeral, he solemnized the occasion with an undoubted bargain. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood, years afterwards, above the counting house door, Scrooge and Marley. all day from here on Christmas Eve. Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. Cold, bleak, biting weather. The city clocks had only just gone 3, but it was quite dark already. It had been dark all day. Fog came pouring in at every chinky keyhole. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand in the grindstone Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, in which no steel had ever struck out generous fire. The cold within him froze his old features, knit his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, made his eyes red and his thin lips blue, and he spoke out shrewdly in his grating voice. A frosty rim was on his head, his eyebrows, and his wiry chin. He kept his own low temperature, always about with him. He iced his office in the dog days, and he did thaw 1 degree at Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas a humble, Uncle. Certainly you don't mean that.
I do. What right have you to be married? What reason have you? You're poor enough.
Come then, Uncle, what reason have you to be dismal? You are certainly rich enough.
What's Christmas for a time for paying bills without money? And for finding yourself an hour older, but not an hour richer? As for balancing your books with every item in them, presented dead against you. It's humbug, I tell you, humbug.
Come now, Uncle, don't be angry.
What else can I be in a world of fools such as this? Merry Christmas. Out upon a Merry Christmas. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stick of holly through his heart, he should.
Uncle,
Nephew, keep Christmas in your way, and keep it in mine.
keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. What's good of me to you? What's good of it never to you?
There are many things, Uncle, from which I've derived good, by which I've not profited. I dare say Christmas among them. It's the only time of year I know of when men and women open up their shut-up hearts and think of the less fortunate as if they were really fellow passengers to the grave, and not simply another race of creatures. Therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe Christmas has done me good, and I say God bless it.
If you hear another sound out of you, you'll keep Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. The weather you don't go into parliament.
Come now, don't be angry. Come dine with us tomorrow.
I dined with the devil first.
But Uncle, why?
Why did you get married?
Well, because I fell in love, of course.
Because I fell in love, of course. Good afternoon.
You never came to see me before I was married. Why give us a reason for not coming in?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. We have never had a quarrel to which I've been a party. But I've made the visit to homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And Happy New Year.
Good afternoon. And you, my clerk, with 15 shillings a week, a wife and family, talking about a Merry Christmas. Ha! Retired peasant. Scrooge and Marley, I believe. Do I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley? Mr. Marley's been dead for 7 years. That 7 years ago was very nice.
Then we have the liberality well represented by
my soul-surviving partner. At this festive time of year, Mr. Scrooge, it is usually more than desirable to set aside some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly in this time. Many thousands want common needs. Many hundreds of thousands are in want of common comfort, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Yes, plenty of prisons.
And the workhouse? They're still in operation?
They are. I wish I could say they were not.
Oh, I was afraid when you said it first. Something occurred to stop them in the usual course. I'm very glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely furnish pure mind or body, a few of us are endeavoring to raise up funds to buy the course of some meat, some drink, and some means of warmth. We choose this time because it is a time of all others when one is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. So, how much should I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
Was she left alone? You asked me what I wish, gentlemen. That is my answer. I helped the court of establishments I've mentioned. They cost enough. People around the office go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
They'd rather die than let them do it. Increase the surplus population. Besides, I don't know that.
But you may know it.
It's not my business. It's not for man to understand his own business, not to interfere with other people. When occupied to be constant.
But Mr.
Good
Scrooge,
afternoon.
I can only say, Mr. Scrooge, that I hope you'll reconsider the spirit of the day and think again. Here's my card.
God. Oh, well. Quiet! Beggars. Hey. If you're wanting all day tomorrow, I suppose.
It's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. It's not fair. Cost of stock and wages by half a crown. You think yourself ill-used, I'll be found. You don't think me ill-used. When I pay you these wages for no work.
It's only what's here, Mr. Scrooge.
The work you for feeding in pocket at the 25th of December. I suppose you don't have the whole day. Be here all earlier next morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Scrooge. Ah. Come on. Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all of the newspapers and beguiled the rest of the evening with his banker book, went home to bed. Now, it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on his door, except that it was very large. It is also a fact that Scrooge had seen it night and morning during his whole residence in that place. Also, that Scrooge had as little of what is called fancy about him as any man in the city of London. And let it also be borne in mind that Scrooge had not bestowed one thought on Marley since that last mention of his dead partner that afternoon. And then, let any man explain, if he can, how it happened that Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, not a knocker, but Marley's face. Much. Who are you? Ask me who I was. Where is that? In life, I was your part. Jacob Moines. Against the house. I can do it. You don't believe in me. I don't. What evidence of my reality have you beyond that? Of your own senses? I don't know. Why do you doubt your senses? There's a little thing factor. Like this where the stomach makes the sheet. You maybe an undigested bit of beef, a lot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a piece of underbaked potato, more gravy than a big fat you, whatever you are. See this toothpick? I do. You're not looking at it. I see it's notwithstanding. I have but to swallow this and be, for the rest of my days, persecuted by a legion of goblins. All of my own creation. It's humbug, I tell you, humbug. Oh! Ow! There's collaboration. What do you want with me? Man of worldly mind! Do you believe in me or not? I do. And but, why do you want a shirt? Why do you come to me? It is required of every man that the spirit within him must walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit does not go forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the world, witnessing what it cannot share, but not to share, and turn to happiness. You're wrapped in chains. Tell me why. I am the chain I forged in life. I made it. Link by link. And yard by yard. I girded it of my own free will. To my own will. Is it kind of strange to you? It is. Or do you know the weight and the length of the strong will you made yourself? It was as full and as happy as it 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain. Come, Jacob. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me. I have none to give. A very little is all that is permitted to me. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. In life, my spirit never walks beyond the walls of our counting house. In life, my spirit never roams beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing home. Weary journeys lie before me. Must have been very slow about it, Jacob. So? Well, 7 years of traveling all the time. On the wings of the wind. No rest. No peace. Incessant torture from war. But you are a great man of business, Jacob. Business!
My time is nearly gone. How it is that I appear to you in a shape that you may see, I may not tell. I am here tonight to warn you. You have a chance of escaping my fate. Chance of procuring your reason.
You're always a good friend of me, Jacob. Thank you.
You will be haunted by great spirits.
Is that the chance you spoke of, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their wings, you cannot hope to shun the path that I tread. Look you among the people of this planet. Your fellow creatures, crawling, senses shut through life. Many of them are known to you. You see them in the streets, some shopping the exchanges. They go about their business. Some lifting their eyes to the crying children, to the inhuman misery that surrounds them. But what is this misery? When God from the light, they seek to interfere, oh no, in human affairs, and find they have lost the power forever. Captive bound, some liars, not to know that any amount of human spirit can make amends for life's opportunities misused. Yet such as these expect the first spirit when the bell tolls one. Expect the second, the next night at the same hour.
And not take them all at once and get it over with?
Expect the third, the next night. The last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, and look for your own sake, that you remember what has passed between us.
One? It was past 2 when I went to bed. Must be a nice when it works. Are you the spirit, sir? Someone was foretold to me.
I am.
Who are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What business brings you here?
Your welfare.
I think not an unbroken rest would be more conducive to that end.
Your reclamation, then.
What reclamation is there in the past? I don't want to see it.
Why not?
Because this is unpleasant to me. No good can come of it.
Take heed. Remember what you have seen already. Rise and walk with me.
But I'm mortal and likely to fall.
There is touch in my hand, and you shall be upheld with glory in this.
She had a lot of cars.
So she had. She died a woman. And had, I think, children.
One child.
True. Your nephew.
I wish.
What is the matter?
Nothing. There's some children singing carols at my door last night. I would have liked to have given her something, that's all.
You know this place.
Know it? I was apprentice here.
Oh there, Ebenezer, Dick.
Fezziwig. Yes, it's Fezziwig, the life again.
No more work tonight, lads. Christmas, Dick. Christmas Eve, Ebenezer. Let's have this place put away before man can say Jack Robinson.
Dick Williams to me, sir. The last of me yet. It is Dick. There's very much attached to me with Dick. Oh, poor Dick. Dear me.
Leo, clear away that like lots of room here. Christmas, Dick. Sure up, Ebenezer.
My dear, it's Christmas Eve. I told tonight the Lord's occasion. May tomorrow and the whole of the new year find us merry, content, and above all filled with goodwill toward the season. Oh, Christmas!
And in honor of that great day, I've engaged the services of Monastery now in the city of London.
Her nimble tricks over and amongst the most splendid of instruments that I could play them. You all know her. You're all no doubt acquainted with her miraculous capacity to raise even the most mortuary of countenances. I give you the highly valued, my, don't be nervous, really. Ladies and gents, the Christmas child. Such a small matter to make such silly songs full of gratitude.
Mom.
Why, is it not? He has spent it in few pounds for more than money. 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that so much then? He deserves praise?
Not that at all, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy. Make our service light or burdensome. The happiness he gave us is quite as great. This has cost us a fortune.
What is the matter?
Nothing really.
Something, I think.
No. It was likely to give my throat something down. That's all.
My dear, the hour grows late. Before we depart, however, Mrs. Fezziwig and I have an announcement of the most auspicious nature.
Spirit, take me home.
As you may know, Mrs. Fezziwig and I have labored all these years to rear a very particular child.
The first of our labor, I am happy to say, are more than satisfactory, most satisfactory, are summed up in one beautiful word, Belle. And now, at the ripeness of her youth and beauty, she has thrown her to the wild of one of you in this very room, one to whom I furnish shelter, food, and a warm bed.
Not to mention a sore back and aching eyes, too.
It matters little to you. Very little. Another arm will have to place me. If they can cheer and comfort you in times to come, as I was trying to do, I have no just cause to breathe.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty, and nothing which it professes to condemn so much as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hopes of being beyond the world's approach. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one, until one passion, gain and growth. Have I not?
What then? Even if I have grown so much, do I do what then? I'm not changed towards you. Am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were poor and content to be so. Until in good time we can improve our fortune. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was born.
Your own spirit told you that you were not who you were. I am. How often I have thought this does not matter. It is enough that I have covenant and can release you.
As I was not released.
In words, no, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, an altered spirit, in everything that ever made my love of any worth of value in your sight. If we had not had our past, would you seek me out and try to win me now?
You think not?
I would think otherwise if I could. But could I believe that if you were free today, that you would choose a girl with so small a dowry? You who now pay everything by name? And if you did choose her, do I not know that your regret would surely follow? I do. And I release you. With a full heart to love as if you once were. May you be happy in the life that you have chosen.
Good, where you fool? You fool! Good. Why did you delight to torture me?
I told you you've been shadows of things you have been. But they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Leave me, take me back. Haunt me no longer.
As you wish.
Well.
Where is the boy?
I haven't forgotten him. He'll be coming.
Good.
So what do you think?
It's all right. The dance is nice.
Once again, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like to bring to your attention that we will be selling refreshments out in the front lobby, and the men's restroom is down this way, and the women's restroom is down this way, and I would ask that we try and keep friends, relatives, parents from right back behind the stage. Thank you. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Never fear, Uncle Porpoise. This is only the beginning of the feast.
I hope so.
Oh, feast. It's splendid.
It's not so small if you ask me.
No, it's not the main course. In her wisdom, Mr. Dickens concluded that a smaller goose ought to be grilled third in our Christmas Eve.
I say, Dickens, may we, for the sake of the children, put these things down?
Oh, yes, of course. Everyone, we're going to seat and get to your desk.
My God! You've been on shop?
No, my dear Forster, but from the cellar. Relics of my ancient past. Frederick here will recognize them as the family dinware, which is in fact from some powerful local pawn shop. We have yet to examine some of the families we have introduced. These few domestic items, along with what we already have, will help us to furnish the lodges. I've seen another vision. Lord help us.
It can't be wise! What you was mine?
We left Ebenezer Scrooge in bed, vainly trying to recall and mend his unpleasant past, and wondering what variety of spirits await him in the present and the future. Gentlemen of the free and easy sort, who pride themselves on being acquainted with a move or two, express their wide range of capacity for adventure by observing that they are good for anything from kitchen tops to manslaughter. Now, without venturing for Scrooge quite as heartily as this, I don't mind calling on you to believe that he was ready for a good broad field of strange appearances, and that nothing between a baby and a rhinoceros would have astonished him very much. Now, being prepared for almost anything, he was by no means prepared for nothing. The bell tolled one. And no shape appeared. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. A quarter of an hour went by. Yet, nothing came.
Enter Ebenezer Scrooge. Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me before.
Never.
You have not walked forth with the younger members of my family, my brothers born in these later years.
Afraid I'm not, Spirit. Have you many brothers?
More than 1,800.
Tremendous family of mine born.
Nor have I ever seen the like of you. So, now, look, the blood's gone bad in your veins.
Good. Conduct me where you will. I went forth last night with compulsion. Learned a lesson which is working still. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Prophet, touch my robe. Whatever's got your precious father with? And your mother, Tiny Tim, and Martha wasn't late last Christmas by half an hour. Here's Martha, Mother. Here's Martha. There's such a good Martha. Why, bless you, my dear. They're keeping you longer and longer as builders. We had a lot of work to finish up last night, and clear away this morning. And I'll leave on Christmas Eve. Well, never mind. Close here. Step on the fire, my dear, and have one. Here's Father coming. Hi, Martha. Hi. Where?
Merry Christmas, my dears. Merry Christmas, Peter. Merry Christmas, Father. Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming. Not coming upon Christmas Day?
She had so much work to build her. They've been going around to all the families who don't stay.
Oh, well. If she feels she must stay, we'll have to abide by her good judgment. But the harvest is there to work upon Christmas Day.
Here I am, Father. It's the same season before you. Even before Joe.
Well then, we're all together after all. It will be a easily remedied. Here we are, perfectly clean and wonderfully solid.
Good. The goose is always talking you let out the oven. Martha, help your father with the punch.
No need, no need. All done in a trice. Remarkable time, Father. Let no man say that old Bob Cratchit can't mix Christmas punch with the swiftest of them.
Here's the goose.
Bravo, bird. Never has there been such a bird. A truly sumptuous looking fowl, Mrs. Cratchit.
Small goose for so large a family.
And the pudding. Have you ever seen such a one, I ask you, Martha?
Never. The girl at the shop would be positively ashamed to display theirs anywhere in the vicinity. Here.
They'd not be seen. And you, Master Peter, have you ever set eyes upon the mortal pudding which can equal this wonder? In all my years as a Christmas pudding observer, I've never seen a fight. That is a high compliment indeed. Tell me a higher and I'll use it. As for myself, Mrs. Cratchit, I think this is the greatest success since our marriage.
Well, that's a great weight off my mind. I don't mind confessing that I had my doubts about the quantity of flour. Never fear, Mother. It's perfect.
Now then, let's gather for a toast. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Tony, will Pennington live?
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without another, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered, the child will die.
No. Grand Spirit, they will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered, none other of my race will find him. Well, if he be like to die, he had better do it and increase the surplus population. Man, if man you be, forbear that wicked pen till you know what the surplus is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It might be that in the sight of heaven you are less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
It may be, Spirit. It may be.
Another toast. A toast, everyone. I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast, Mr. Scrooge.
The founder of the feast indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear children, Christmas Day?
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, on which we toast to health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows better than you.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health for your sake and for the day, not for his. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to him. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt. Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge. I wouldn't give a tuppence for Mr. Scrooge.
I would all.
Have an open heart, I beg you. It's Christmas after all. And I believe that in many ways, Mr. Scrooge is a great deal less fortunate than we are. Impossible. Not at all. Compare our condition to that of Mr. Scrooge. He has no family to gather round him, no warmth, no cheer, and no voice to listen to but his own, and none to answer. As I said, I believe that in many ways Mr. Scrooge is a great deal less fortunate than we.
A clerk who makes 15 shillings a week, and he counts himself more fortunate than you.
Now, let us take hands in prayer. Kind Father, bless this humble portion, bless our home, bless our family, bless our happiness. May we share them all with any who should ask. Amen.
You cannot move within that circle.
Why not, Spirit?
Did you not give the clerk to take the measure of his employer? You are drifting alone, outside, and have no circle.
There was a time, Spirit, when I had.
How many years ago? That kind of circle has long since withered, and you have cast it from your heart.
I denied, Spirit. I
night. If any kindness is withered within me, it does so of its own accord. I had nothing to do with it. Kindness wishes to wither, it withers.
Have you not seen nor heard? You unrepentant little man. You have a long journey to make, and but a short time in which to make it. Let us see another house in this teeming city.
Here you are, Topper. Okay, now everyone have knives? Good. Now place yourself in your nose like this. Now repeat after me. Be boiled in its own pudding. Should be boiled in its own pudding. And dry to stay hot. Right through hot, should. And be dry to stay pudding. Right through hot, you should. And louder and stay true to the hot. And he makes it too.
More stand for him, Fred.
He's a comical soul, that's the truth. Though not as pleasant as he might be. It is best to care their own questions, however, and I'll have nothing better to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich. At least you always tell me so.
What is that, my dear? He doesn't do any good with it, as well as of no use to him. He doesn't make himself comfortable with it. He certainly has the satisfaction of thinking that ever going to benefit either of us with it.
Huh. I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I'm sorry for it. I couldn't get into it if I tried. Who suffers by his illness? Himself, always. Here he takes it to his head to dislike us and not to dine with us. What's the consequence? He certainly doesn't lose much of dinner.
Indeed, I think he was a very good dinner. He does.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I have much faith in these young housekeepers. What do you say, Topper?
I am a bastard, a wretched outcast who has no right to express an opinion on the subject. You go on. He's such a ridiculous fellow. He never finishes what he begins to say.
I was merely going to say that the consequences of his disliking us is that he loses some pleasant moments which could do him no harm. I mean to give him the same chance to thank you, Topper, every year, whether he likes it or not. He may rarely get some time till he dies, but he certainly can't help thinking better of it. He finds me going there year after year in good humor and saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? Even if it puts him in mind for his £450, that's something, and I think I should give it to him.
Well, the sounds of Mr. Scrooge. There's less a chance of keeping him than there is the rocket Gibraltar. Let I say, a game is daughter I a game, splendid. Why, that's wrong. An excellent idea.
Yes, and I volunteer.
No, Brady. I volunteer. In fact, I insist.
There went my good Topper. Now, where is that last handkerchief? Around here somewhere. There it is. Okay. And you have to press.
Only one?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
What could this be? I really had no idea. I thought it was dear old Mrs. Brown.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You knew who it was all along. Dinner.
Another game.
Another. Let's sit down.
A word game, then.
I mind your voice.
But there's another game, Fred.
One more game.
If you wish. You may not find this one as amusing.
This game is called Yes and No. I think of something, and you have to figure out what it is. If I ask you questions to which I can only answer yes or no. I've got it.
What is it?
the cat.
No, it's how? No, that's not his style.
Did it growl?
No, yes, actually, I'd say so.
Got some really boyfriend.
Is it a bear?
No,
Does it live in the jungle?
no. No, it's living in the zoo. No, at least, I don't think of it as a zoo.
What do you mean he doesn't think it's a zoo? Is it a city? Yeah, it is a city.
Oh, he's a clever boy. But not clever as my friend. That's why I started the needle.
Is it London?
Yes, it is.
Is it London?
Yes.
Does anybody leave it?
Not that I have no heavens, no.
Not a dog or a horse. Oh, he must be a person.
Is it sold in the market?
No. So it's not found in the exchange.
What sort of animal is there in exchange? Is it a sociable creature?
No, it's most unsociable.
Does it live among others of its kind?
No, it's nothing to do with spices of its kind.
Is it that?
Oh, it's not an octopus. Not that.
No.
It grunts and growls, lives in London, walks the street, is disagreeable and unsociable.
I know it. I know it.
I know it is.
It's a tactical like good.
What is that, Kate? Your clothes question, is it a bear? Ought to say yes.
But he's not a bear.
Yes, but your native answer was sufficient to divert our attention from him.
He's given us much merit, I'm sure. It would be ungrateful for us not to fix his cup. I give you Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge! You seem to be the source of much merriment.
Yes, for others. Your hair grows gray, Spirit. Spirit flag still free.
My life upon this globe is very short. It ends tonight.
Nice.
At midnight. Time out here.
What place is this?
Children are very dear.
Children?
It is the primary requirement for admittance that they be under the age of 10.
Of what did these children die?
Of juvenile contact with the world, of cold, of poverty, of disease, of hunger, of the ruthless neglect of comfortable thousands.
They're very closely, almost one on top of the other.
A natural occurrence when their numbers are so great and each child so small.
But where did these children come from? They should end so soon.
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Don't leave me in this place. Mind the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You're going to show me the things that have not yet happened, but will happen in time to come. That's your spirit? Spirit of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, and I hope to be a better man than what I was, prepared to bear your company. Lead on, Spirit. The night is waning fast. Time is precious to me, I know. Lead on.
Indeed I have.
Even details.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why, when there was the matter with him, I thought he never died.
God knows.
What did he do with his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, don't know of anyone going to it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer?
I don't mind going if lunch is provided. I'll make the bills rich, but I must be fed.
I am most disinterested of all of you. I don't attend funerals, and I don't eat lunch. But I will go if anybody else will. As a matter of fact, I don't recall meeting the most particular friend. Oh, goodness. Time for today's train.
Spring. This is the exchange. The news of people in business. Very wealthy and very important. They're my very good friends because I always make a point of staying well there, Steve. But if this is the exchange, and these are my associates, then where am I? I don't seem to be sitting in my usual quarters. And this is certainly my time of day. I've been revolving in my mind a change of life, right? Could this be the outcome?
Let the charm alone work. The line is alone be second. Let the undertaker be third.
Aye.
Look here, old Joe. Here's a chance. If we all three ever met you without meaning it.
We couldn't have met in a better place. We're all through to our calling level now fast.
We're not dead. We're not Mrs. Builder. Every person has a right to take care of himself. He always did. That's true. No man more so. Why, they don't stay staring at you the right way. We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose. No, indeed.
I should hope not.
Very well then. Who's the worst for the loss of a few things like these? Call it dead man, I suppose. Not him.
True is that. If he wanted to dispose of these things after his death, why was he not born after his lifetime? If he had been, he would have had someone to look after him when he was stricken with death, instead of gasping out there, alas. And now,
Choose where it's from. The death of widow's bread. I wish there was so heavy a one. And it would have been too if I could have laid the eggs on anything else. Examine that bundle, Joe. Let me know the value of it. Speak out, Blake. I'm not afraid to hear it. No afraid for them to see it. We all knew we were helping ourselves when we met here. I did. It's no sin. Examine that bundle, Joe.
no, my dear, you mustn't. Examine me lot first, Joe.
That's what I've always admired in you all these years. Always the gentleman.
Well, these are originals. I haven't seen these in at least half an hour. Now that's your account, and I'll leave you with another sixpence. It will also be bored for not doing it.
Why not?
Don't try to look so man. Who's that?
I'll be next. Nice. Very. Don't suppose he ate upstairs. Probably nothing. Bang. Running out of it. Huh.
2 shillings.
Where's that much?
No, these ain't bad. Rather handsome. I might think though. 4 shillings.
I can't price for this, but little precious piece of thing.
Have pity on me, Mrs. Dilbert. Now, this is a poor old man trying to survive your retirement. Sturdy could last another winter, but it ain't the style, though. Got to knock off with that.
What do you see so pessimistic about? You're realizing sanity. Don't hear pity for style.
That's how I rule myself. I always give too much to the ladies. And if you ask me for another penny, I'll repeat what you're so little and knock off half a crown.
And then me, Wonder Joe.
What do you call this? It's colorless?
It's coverlet.
You don't mean to he was lying there, do you?
I do. Why not?
You were born to make your fortune, and you'll do it.
I say mostly things when I can get anything in it by reaching out. Especially for the sake of one such as he was. He ain't likely to catch hold with that line, Sonny.
I hope he doesn't have anything catchy.
Now don't be afraid of that. I ain't so fond of him as I loiter down if you did. You can look through that shirt till your eyes fall out. You won't find a hole or a threadbare place. Best he had was lying with you. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting it?
Putting it on him to be married in. Somebody was fool enough to do it, but I took it off here. Town don't ain't good enough for sex trouble, and ain't good enough for anything. Why was he coming to the body? He can't look any uglier than he did now.
You're a rare one indeed. Now, what's this?
That's surprising at all, that is. Rackets in the newspaper. I used to like it in the bottom of the trunk.
I wonder what he was going to do with this. You suppose he was going to give it to some lady he knew?
No, that is a right mind to have a one such as he was. He's just like the Undertaker said. I'm natural from birth to life.
The valuable piece. It should fetch a nice price. It should be all over for at least another one.
This is the end of it, you see. He frightened people away from me when he was alive and profit out from me when he's dead.
Spirit, I see. I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. Heads that way now. First of all, I have to put in this. This is the male spirit, the blind, scavengers, and plundered. Spirit, it's a fearful place. And leaving it, I shan't leave it left to trust me. Let's go. I understand. I would do something if I could, but I have not the power, Spirit. I have not the power. Surely there's one man, woman, or child who can speak kindly of him. Show me that person, Spirit. I can seek you. Show me that some tenderness connected with the death. For this dark table will be forever present to me.
The light hurts my eyes. It makes me weak, working by candlelight. For the world, I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home. It must be near his time.
Passes, rather. I think he's walked a little slower these past 3 nights.
With Tim on his shoulder, he used to walk very fast indeed.
I've known him to run there.
He galloped. But he was very light to carry. And your father loved him so that it was no bother. There's your father up the door.
Merry Christmas, my dear.
Merry Christmas.
The goose. Smells delicious. And the pudding. I think I can taste it already. Did you help your mother, Belinda?
She made the pudding by myself, I think.
No. You have your own bakery before you know.
You were gone a long time, Bob.
Yes. I took the longer way.
You went today, then.
I wish you could have gone, my dear. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is even this time of year. I promised him we'd walk there off Sunday.
I'll go soon, when the weather warms.
I should be making my punch.
It's already made, Father. I wanted to save you trouble.
It's no trouble. It's always one of my greatest pleasures this time of year. This is the best time of year, isn't it, Peter? Yes. Of course, you'll never guess who I met on the street talks to me on the most intimate terms, as if we're the oldest of friends. He heard about our distress. Hardly sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit. Mighty sorry for your good wife, he said. By the by, how he knew that, I don't know.
You what, dear?
Why, that you're a good wife. Everybody knows that. Well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Hardly sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit. For your good wife, he said. Now let's gather for a toast. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. And a Happy New. My little boy. My poor little boy.
Really? Is there a reason the boy had to die? Tell me then, who was that man we saw lying dead? Churchyard. Before I brought it near, sir, answer me one question. Are these the things that will be, or shadows of the things that may be only? Spirit, hear me. I'm not the man I was. I will not be the man I have been. Why should we just by a past all hope? Because Spirit, you pity me. No, Spirit, no! I will honor truth that's in my heart and try to keep it all the years. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I shan't tell the lessons they teach. Tell me, Spirit, they must put away the writing on the stone. Spirit, Spirit. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The past, the present, and the future. Past, the present. I'm alive. Oh, I'm alive. The ghost is buried me. I knew it. Oh. This bed is my own. And this room is my own. Oh, and the time before me is my own. Ah. Wow. This. Stop there. Oh, control it. Ah. There's the chair. Where's the particular Martin? And that's where the Christmas presents at. Ah. It's all happened. It's all true. Ah. A Merry Christmas to the world. And a Happy New Year to everyone. Jacob Marley. Heavenly Christmas, be praised for all this. Been on my knees, Jacob. On my knees. I will live in the past, present, and the future. Spirit of all three shall strive within me. I don't know what the other month is. I don't know how long I'm going to want the Spirit. Oh. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind. I'd rather be a baby. Ha ha. Hello? Hello? Ah, glory. Glory. Hello there. Hello. What's today? What's today, my friend? fellow?
Why, today it's Christmas.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't visited. The spirits did it all in one night. Oh, they didn't do anything. No, they can't. Hello? My fine fellow.
Hello.
You know the pulpers? The next group of one? One at the corner?
I should hope I did.
Oh, remarkable boy. Intelligent boy. Pleasure speaking with you. Do you know if they sold the fried turkey? The one hanging in the window? Not the little fried turkey, but the big one.
The one as big as me?
Intelligent boy. Yes, my boy.
Yeah, it's hanging right now.
Well, go buy it.
You go buy it.
No, I'm serious. Go buy it and tell them to bring it here. But I must give them direction where to take it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes, I'll give you a half a crown.
What?
Oh, when they bring the turkey here, I'll have to take it to Bob Ranch. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. 4 times the size of Tiny Tim. How does that song go again? Decorate the hallway. No, that's not it. Deck the halls, yes. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. This season to be jolly. Scrooge and Molly's, I believe. Hello there. Hello. What are you doing? How do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was a wonderful gesture. A Merry Christmas to you both. Mr. Scrooge? Yes, that's my name. I'm afraid it might not be very pleasant to you, though. But allow me to ask your pardon. Will you have the goodness? Oh, bless me! Mr. Scrooge, are you serious? If you please, not a farthing less. The many back payments are included as well.
Well, Mr. Scrooge, I don't know what to say. It's magnificent.
Don't say anything. You'll come and see me, though. You will come and see me.
I will, and I will. We both will.
Oh, I thank you. I'm much obliged to you. I think you both 50 times. Bless you.
Scrooge went to church, and he walked the streets, and he patted the children on the head. He had never dreamed that anything would give him so much happiness. In the afternoon, he turned his steps toward his nephews. If he could only get there first. He tapped the door a dozen times before he had the courage to go up and knock.
But he was all the earlier at the office the next morning. If he could only get there first and catch Bob Cratchit coming in late. That was the one thing his heart was set upon. The clock struck 9. Ha ha, no Bob. A quarter past. No Bob. Bob Cratchit was a full 18 minutes behind his time. Got it this time.
Good morning, Mr. Scrooge.
Good morning, Mr. Scrooge.
I'm very sorry, sir. I am a bit behind my time.
There you are. Step this way, sir, please.
It's only once a year, Mr. Scrooge. I was
Now, I'll tell you what, my friend.
Mr. Scrooge.
I'm going to. I'm going to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas that I've given you in many a year. I'll give you a raise, and I'll see your family, and we'll discuss your affairs this very afternoon over at special Christmas ball of your pipe. Light the fire and invite them as postal where you got another eye, Bob Cratchit.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And a Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Bob. Jacob, so remember you as long as I live. The wonderful gift. Merry Christmas, Jacob Marty. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was his second father. He became as good a master, as good a friend, and as good a man as the good old city knew. People laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh and paid them little heed. For he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happens for good on this globe at which some people do not have their fill of laughter at the outset. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further intercourse with spirits, but lived upon the total abstinence principle ever afterwards. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. Scrooge never again attempted to forget his past, nor make an orphan of it. Instead, he gained from its lessons, and made it a part of him. For it occurred to him that his Maker, and ours too, gave him a memory with a very specific purpose in mind.
Speaking of memory, I seem to recall there being a rather large goose in the oven downstairs. Are we going to eat or aren't we?
Director.
Are you going to write this whole story down?
Well, Charlie, that may be a good idea. We can't have these lavish parties for the sake of Uncle Porpoise's stomach without the means to furnish the goose and the dressing, can we?
You'll need this.
What is it? Oh, it's not a clock, I'll be bound.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Never fear, Uncle Porpoise. Next year's gathering is assured.
Lester says this year's gathering first. Mary's gone home. We'll need some help.
Helen and I will check on the goose.
We mustn't let it get overdone.
But what if there were? Brian, I'll go behind and give him a push. Hate to get stuck in the stairway. Help the ladies with the punch bowl, you say? Of course. And
you?
I like your story.
Why, thank you. I have an idea for another one. Would you care to hear it?
Does it have a voice?
Yes, but no crutch. Now, there are two children, a boy and a sister, and the sea captain and his mate. Now, the father of the children, he's a fellow named, let's say, Stoneman.